Welcome back. Visa restrictions remain one of the biggest barriers to Africa's integration, hindering trade, tourism, and cultural exchange. Now, a bold Pan-African initiative is seeking to change that. The Trans-African Tourism and Unity campaign, endorsed by the government of Ghana, is calling for visa-free travel across the continent to boost economic opportunities and strengthen unity. At the heart of the movement is the campaign led by Ras Mubarak, who, alongside a team of 8, has embarked on a remarkable journey, driving from Accra through 39 African countries, covering over 40,000 kilometers in 163 days. Now, the mission is to deliver messages to governments, rally citizens, and of course, showcase Africa's rich heritage while advocating for open borders. Ras Mubarak joins us now on Newsday to discuss his groundbreaking campaign. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Newsday.
Thank you very much, Awa. Pleasure is mine.
All right, so we briefly got into the Trans-African Tourism and Unity campaign, but could you give us a brief overview of the campaign and your experience so far and what inspired you to get involved?
So this is a campaign inspired by Osajifo Kwame Nkrumah, as you may be aware. Accra, Ghana has always been at the heart of the Pan-African movement. And so in 1961, 5 of our leaders, Nasser, Kwame Nkrumah, King Mohammed, Modibo Keita, Sekou Touré, gathered in Casablanca for the first summit of the African Union to have a vision of Africa where, African nationals can travel freely without restrictions. Several years down the line, there seemed to be a lot of bottlenecks and challenges, So we thought that we needed to awaken, to jade the memory of, our leaders and our people on the urgent need for us to unite the continent through a visa-free policy. I've always said time and again that, but for the events of 1863, when Europeans sat in Germany and drew our lines between our countries, we're pretty much one people. And it has become exceedingly crucial for Africans to open our borders and create opportunities for our young people, in a manner that bolsters tourism, in a manner that grows the respective economies of African countries. So we're doing this over 163 days, traveling through 39 countries. That's going to take us 600 hours of driving, 40,000 kilometers in all. And we're looking forward to meeting all the exciting people and experiencing the cultures, but also making a strong case for Africa to unite. This is our second day in Abuja. We're looking forward to meeting with officials tomorrow. And I did an article yesterday where I was wondering why, Nigerians have not hyped, your capital enough, because Nigeria is a beacon, of what is possible in Africa. If you look at how green Abuja is, that can be replicated in every city, every town in Nigeria, and for which reason I'm inviting, people to visit Abuja, but not just Abuja, the many cities and towns across Africa that have a lot to showcase, that have a lot to show the people of the world.
Well, you ask about Abuja, that's definitely where the money resides, so just want to point that out there in terms of the way it looks in comparison to everywhere else. And that's a lot of mileage that you're taking. It's a lot of patrol, a lot of opportunities for chaos and excitement going all over the continent. But what in particular has been the reception from the African heads of states and government officials that you've met with so far? Are they encouraging? Are they supporting in monetary or any type of financial way? Or is there any resistance to the campaign? Could you tell us more?
Well, so Nigeria is the 4th country, and the reception, has been very, very, massive. We started off in Togo. The Togolese officials were very welcoming to our efforts, and they are looking forward to engaging more. Benin was an eye-opener, the Republic of Benin, because I hadn't visited Benin in 18 years until, last week. And the levels of development, and how greener and cleaner their cities are quite impressive, And so Ghana obviously, fully endorsed, the campaign. The chief of staff was out there with us at the start of the campaign because His Excellency the President was unfortunately out of the country. So in all of the 4 countries so far, all the heads of governments are not in the countries, but we're meeting very high-level officials. In Nigeria, we're hoping to meet the Deputy Foreign Minister and the Minister of Tourism tomorrow, Monday. But there are other excellencies who have confirmed that they would be available to receive us when we get to their countries. Namibia is one such country, and we are quite, excited by the reception from the media as well. This is a campaign that has received a lot of coverage. What it means is that Africans themselves are yearning, to see this happen, where they can, get out of the stress of having to travel from one African country to the other. And I believe that when all is said and done, after the journey, we would be able as Africans to actually agree to do this in the next 5 years. As you may be aware, the African Union has an Agenda 2063 where it hopes to have, a borderless Africa, but we sincerely believe that that's a long time away. I mean, the young people who graduate from schools in Abuja or Kaduna or Kano do not have to wait 40 years. And Kenya has demonstrated that this can be done, in 5 years. Already the Republic of Benin had started, processes where Africans could just pick their passports and come into Benin for up to 90 days. So we are saying that we shouldn't have fear of each other, and that when we open our borders and we don't inhibit movement into our respective countries, our economies would grow, and with growth comes, job opportunities for young men and women up and down our respective countries.
Right. Very well said. And globally, we have seen that fear of other mushroom cloud, where people who were once border mates or in sharing the same culture and the same language often don't want each other in their own countries. Security and sovereignty are often cited as the major concerns for those people who are reluctant to open their borders. How does this campaign address those fears, and what exactly are some of the main administrative what are some of the administrative and logistical hurdles that you have seen in implementing this visa-free travel across the continent, and how do you propose that we overcome such issues? We have major issues such as technology issues, security issues, language barriers, etc. How do you propose that it's rethought infrastructure-wise?
Well, good question. The first thing Africans would have to, African governments would have to do would be to, train and retrain border patrol officers, because more often, the indiscipline starts from the borders, where you get to have, professionals, people in uniform, amenable, wanting to take bribes, especially, from travelers. So that has to change. The Africa we want, where we are progressive, where we are disciplined, where, our people are prospering, has no place, for corruption in Africa. So that's one of the things that need to be done even before all the countries, ratify or agree to do this in the next 5 years. Now, the concern about security is moot, because this is 2025. There's drone technology. African countries would have to share intelligence with each other. We have to help each other, combat crime at the various borders. Beyond that, the benefits of, ripping to shreds the artificial borders that are drawn between our country are very enormous, And look, the young people in Africa are looking for jobs. They're looking for opportunities. And we can't hide under the cover, under the cloak of security concerns and deprive them, of opportunities, especially in a time like now, when other continents, looking very inwardly, and I have no problem. We have no problem whatsoever if Europe is saying that Europe first. We have no problem if somebody is saying America first. Our interest is Africa first. What is in Africa's best interest? The best interest of Africa is to make sure that our people are prospering, that trade is going on, that jobs are created for our young men and women up and down our respective countries. Of course,
Very well said.
there are, logistical challenges, traversing through these countries. And we encourage governments, to support what we're doing. And not just governments, but of course, private corporations and companies as well.
Yeah. Everyone has a part to play in this. And we thank you once again for reminding us all how important this topic is and the potential for economic growth within Africa. Ras Mubarak, thank you so much. And all the best with your endeavors.